Next, from the state capitol, we talk with Representative John Bradley about the passage of a bill which will allow fracking in southern Illinois. This runs about 5 minutes.
Representative John Bradley, we're here on the last day of the legislative session, and as we stand here, it's somewhat of a historic day for a couple of pieces of legislation that have passed both today and just recently. And one we just heard was the passage of concealed carry. Illinois would then become, if the governor signs this into law, the last state to have a concealed carry bill. The other big bill, and we will see over the period, maybe the next decade, how big this is, but the fracking bill to allow fracking in Illinois, you were the House sponsor on that one. And tell us, if you would, a bit about what the bill would do, and what were the objections from the environmental community that you had to meet in the bill?
There weren't objections from the vast majority of the environmental community. First of all, this has been a historic session for downstate and southern Illinois. The possibility of having a new industry in southern Illinois and protecting our environment, our groundwater at the same time. We reached a historic compromise through a democratic process between the Environmental Coalition and business, as well as the Department of Natural Resources, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Attorney General's office, and the Governor's office, and all four caucuses, to create a regulatory framework which is the strongest and toughest regulatory framework in the United States. We created a taxation framework which provides predictability and fairness, and also could potentially generate millions of dollars for the state of Illinois in terms of tax revenues, and create thousands of jobs. And it's really about jobs and protecting our water supply, and we've done that. And that's at the Attorney General's office, the Sierra Club, the oil and gas industry, and virtually the entire state has come together, and it received 108 votes yesterday. The head of the Green Caucus, the head of the Environmental Caucus, and the House of Representatives spoke in favor of the bill. The majority leader from the city of Chicago spoke in favor of the bill, as did most of the Southern Illinois delegation speak in favor of it, and all voted for it.
Now this becomes what? Is it January that it becomes effective?
Well, the Senate still has to pass it, so we're waiting for passage in the Senate. We would hope that there would be strong support there as well. Obviously a strong vote out of the House. And then the second thing that happened, which is something we've been working on in Southern Illinois for generations, is concealed carry. And concealed carry passed the House tonight with 89 votes. My seatmate and friend, lifelong friend, Brandon Phelps, did a historic job putting that together. Monumental day for Southern Illinois in terms of passing concealed carry both out of the House and Senate, and hopefully we'll get fracking out of the Senate. And those are two huge victories for downstate in this legislative session.
Going back to fracking, it's an estimate, but what kind of number of jobs? What do you think it'll do, fracking, potentially for the economy of Southern Illinois, which in a historical context has had a weaker economy than, say, upstate?
Thousands of jobs and millions of dollars of tax revenue potentially. So we're really excited about it. I appreciate your time and your interest in it.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're watching the Illinois Channel.